Today is September 23rd, 2016.
And we're here with another Star Wars Land update.
And as you can see behind us, things are really starting to take shape. First of all, it looks like they're building another entrance tunnel. And this tunnel here is the one we noticed back in August. Now if you look to the right of this tunnel, you can see the location of the second tunnel. This is what it looked like back in August, and you can see the path leading to the Star Wars entrance tunnel. I'll dissolve the picture back to what it looks like now. Now let's look over to where the Battle Escape attraction is going to be.
The hole's a lot deeper now. You can't even see the bottom anymore.
Yeah, it is amazing how deep it is now. We were told that this spot, this hole, is where an elevator mechanism will be located. And this elevator mechanism will be used to make a multi-level attraction possible. It'll be interesting to see. Alright, next we'll look over towards Tom Sawyer Island. As we can see, they put in a lot of rebar at the perimeter of Rivers of America. Notice the concrete wall on the other side of the rebar. It has two slits in it. It'll be interesting to see if these two slits will be a location for a couple of waterfalls. Now, if you look behind the orange vehicle on Tom Sawyer Island, it looks like there's some mesh forms. I'll go ahead and zoom in. They're all clustered together at this point. These mesh forms, or I guess we can call them rock forms, will eventually be added to the concrete walls to make rock work. Today is September 27th, 2016, and behind me you can tell there's a lot of activity happening today. Here they are lifting a concrete form, and we'll watch to see where they're taking it to. Well, they're putting it down, but we'll go ahead and continue watching to see if they do anything with it. They're taking off some of the form boards. And now they're rotating some of the form boards into a different orientation. Here they are putting on a whale. They are used to brace and reinforce concrete form boards together. Here they go, they're lifting it up. They're rotating it to have it face the same direction as the other forms that are making up the wall. And now they are moving it into position. Over here we can see a crane lifting a concrete form.
It's amazing how steady they are with such a tall crane.
It really is. It's amazing. And the other crane is doing the same thing. Looks like they're starting to put some rock work up at the edge of the island over there. In the distance, we can see one of the workers putting a mesh form in position. Now the worker is welding the form to a beam. And you can even see some of the flames from the welding. And here's a good view of the mesh forms that have already been added to the concrete cap of the island. Yellow ones on the bottom, and they're in the process of installing the gray ones on the top. Also notice the horizontal beams and diagonal struts that are extending out from the concrete wall. The forms are being attached to these beams and struts. Today is October 1st, 2016. We are on Big Thunder Trail, and we'll go ahead and see what the developments are on the other side of the fence. Alright, here we are, and if we look closely, we can see part of the tunnel entrance to Star Wars Land. If you look to the far right of the wall, you can see, or at least it appears, that they're going to be extending the train route to the edge of the wall. Next, we'll go on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Okay, here we are. In the center of the picture, we can see a pile driver putting in some beams. And scattered throughout the picture, you can see several green pipes. These are PVC pipes, commonly used for storm drainage purposes. We'll start seeing a lot of these pipes pop up at different locations throughout the construction area. And it looks like they're starting to put some rock work up on the concrete wall. We'll go over to Fantasyland Theater next to see if we can get a better look at it. Alright, here we are, and I'll zoom in so we can get a better look at it. And there it is. It's really starting to look nice. Now we're taking a ride on Gadget's Go Coaster to see what we can see from this perspective. It looks like they're in the process of building up the sidewall. Here's what it looked like back in September. You can see the old train tunnel that they're modifying to become a sidewall for the new train tunnel. And I'll dissolve the picture back to what it looks like now. Here we are in Critter Country looking at the wall on the other side of the fence. And we'll go ahead and peek through the fence. From here we can see that they're putting up 2 layers of walls. We can see the distance between the 2 layers. There's a space between the 2.
We are here at the Mickey and Friends parking structure, and if you look behind me, you can see that they dug to the right of the hole.
It's hard to tell if they're expanding the hole or if they're digging a little more to allow the construction workers easier access to the bottom of the hole. We can see that they put up a whole bunch of concrete forms at the perimeter of Rivers of America. This is what it looked like 1 week ago, and I'll dissolve the picture back to what it looks like now. It's amazing how fast they put up all those forms. Now if we look over the wall at the cap of the island, we can see that they added more rock forms since we've been here last.
Look closely on the rock forms. You can see numbers.
I'll go ahead and zoom in. The numbers are a little faint. I'll go ahead and trace over them so we can see them better. Notice that there's 3 sets of numbers. The first set of numbers is 211. Or actually, it could be 21I standing for the island. But anyway, this number in the blue circles represents the entire location area that the forms need to be in. This exact number is what we observed on the yellow forms as well. And the number 149 represents a specific section of the area. And last but not least, the consecutive numbers on the forms, in this example 14, 15, 16, helps identify the sequential order that the forms need to be in. So basically these numbers help the construction workers know exactly where they need to be placed. Today is October 16th, 2016. We're over on Big Thunder Trail, peeking over the fence. If you look in the distance, it looks like the railroad won't just go to the edge of the wall. It looks like they're creating it so it'll extend out from the wall as well. Alright, here we are on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Once we get out of the cavern, we'll look to the left. From here we can see the edge of the island, where there's a lot of mesh forms being stored, and you can actually see the cap of the island from here. This is the first time we've seen the cap of the island from this perspective, and it has changed a little bit. They've added a coating to the rock forms. And behind the cap of the island we can see the wall with the 2 slits in it. Notice that there's a space between the 2 layers of walls. And this is similar to what we saw in Critter Country last time we were there. We'll go ahead and move on. From here we can see that they're building a wall next to the entrance to Star Wars Land. And in the distance we can see that they're building a behind the scenes structure. This is what it looked like a couple weeks ago. Now I'll dissolve the picture back to what it looks like today. And coming up here, we'll look behind us to see what we can see. Here we can see the entrance tunnel, the one that's closest to Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. And notice they're starting to put up some of the rock forms on the wall next to the entrance. We're now in Critter Country, and we'll go ahead near the Hungry Bear restaurant and peek through the fence. It looks like they're building a wall next to the path. You can see some concrete forms that they have up, along with some rebar. Now we're at the Mickey and Friends parking structure.
And a lot has changed since we've been here last.
First of all, they added concrete to the perimeter wall at Rivers of America. And located in the center of the picture now, we can see the cap of the island. I'll zoom in. We can see the concrete coating that they added to the rock forms that we first observed from Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. This is what it looked like a couple weeks ago, and I'll dissolve the picture back to what it looks like now. Well, it looks like they expanded the hole where the Battle Escape attraction is going to be. The white lining placed on the wall is a vapor barrier. It helps keep moisture from getting into the wall. Also, it looks like they dug more on this side as well. Today is October 30th, 2016, and we're walking towards the edge of the parking structure. Looking to the right in the distance, there's a lot of rock forms that are laid out. As you can see, the location area of these rock forms is 23B. And they'll be placed at or close to the entrance tunnel near Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Now let's look over towards the Hungry Bear restaurant in Critter Country. In the distance you can see that they added concrete to the walls. Looking over towards where the Battle Escape attraction is going to be, we can see that all the walls now in the hole are covered with a white layer. And to the left of the hole, it looks like they're building a concrete form structure. Also notice there's a bunch of wood piled up near the top of the picture. More than likely, they'll be making more of the structures. If we slide to the right, we can see that concrete forms have also been added to the back end of the construction area. Here we are at the street level, and we'll go ahead and look to the right and look at the concrete forms from here. We can definitely see them better from this perspective. Next we'll go into Disneyland, and we'll look out of the cavern hole on Big Thunder Mountain Railroad. Alright, here we are looking out of the hole. We have a view of the cap of the island again. And we also have a good look of the rock forms that are connected to the entrance tunnel. Here we are looking over the fence on Big Thunder Trail. We can see that they added something to the wall. Let's get a closer look. If you look at the coating on the wall, it looks like they're creating wood planks. Also, there's a section on the wall that has a hole in it. I'll go ahead and point to it. This is what it looked like about a month ago. We can see that the workers have painted an example of where the wood planks will be separated on the wall. Now I'll dissolve the picture back to what it looks like now. Over here we can see that they're putting up more rock forms. And here's a pile of rock forms ready to be put in position. Well, that's a taste of things to come.
We can't wait to see what they build next.